Great golden goose eggs. I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Teaching Museum. I am Professor Inquiry, but you can just call me Professor Inquiry. I was just laying here listening to my favorite musical artist when you arrived. I find I always get a lot more work done when I listen to music. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, the mind muscles do enjoy an infectious melody. Which reminds me, we have a new exhibit here at the museum. I think you will find it fascinating. Come on, let's go check it out. So, can you guess what our new exhibit is all about? Why, it's musical instruments, of course. But not just any musical instruments, those found from all around the world. You see, music has been around for, well, as long as people have. We use it for entertainment, we use it to communicate ideas, we use it to express our deepest feelings. In fact, it helps shape the very culture in which we live. So it's no wonder, after all these years, we have created so many instruments that do nothing but play music. We have woodwind instruments, we have brass instruments, we have stringed instruments. I mean, we can pretty much make any instrument we want out of anything we can find lying around. This is very interesting. A xylophone, but it's made entirely out of wood and strings. Fascinating. I think we should take a closer look at this marvel. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, what on earth are these little round things underneath? I know. I will consult one of my most trusted sources. If it can be found in here. The Manual of All Things Created and other stuff too. All right. Telephones, megaphones, and here it is, xylophones. Yes. Just as I suspected. Nothing. Well, I guess it's time for Plan B. I should call my friend and resident expert, Dr. Peter Zabossi. She'll have the answers for us.
Thank you for calling. For Dr. Peter Zabossi, please press 1. Or remain on the line and she'll be with you shortly.
See, I told you music was important.
Hello?
Dr. Peter Zabossi, it's me, Professor Inquiry. The one you call Professor Inquiry.
Hello, Professor Inquiry. How can I help you?
Yes, we have a new object here at the museum. It's strange. I think it's part of that new collection.
Oh, Professor, please tell me that they didn't send over another box of blue-bellied black snakes. I told them we have enough of those in our museum already.
What? I sincerely hope it's not another box of blue-bellied black snakes.
Oh, Professor, trust me. You'd know by now if they had. Now, tell me about this new strange object that you're talking about. And Professor, please be brief. We've learned a new piece here at Symphony Hall, and I'm conducting a concert in a couple of hours.
Yes, Doctor. Well, I have been sharing all of our musical instruments with our visitors, and one really stood out to us. It is this xylophone. It is unlike anything I have seen. It has very strange, curious, round objects underneath. And, well, I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, actually, Professor, it's not a xylophone. It's called a balafone, or bala for short, and it's from Africa. The bala has a long history that traces back to the Mandinka people of West Africa. Experts believe that the first balas were seen in the 13th century. That's almost 800 years ago. So you see, being that old, the first balas were made of whatever people had on hand, mostly wood. Now, let's look at those unique circular things under the bala. Those are actually the dried fruit of the calabash tree, which is native to tropical climates around the world, just like West Africa. These are called gourds, and they are what make the bala project its sound loudly. There were no microphones in the 13th century, you see.
I see, Doctor, but why do we call them xylophones if they're actually balaphones?
Good question, Professor. Nearly every culture has a version of this instrument. Western cultures call it the xylophone, but in South America, we call it the marimba. The neat thing is, all of them have their own unique sound and are used for their own unique purposes. For instance, for the bala, they were used in royal courts and ceremonies that were very important to the Mandinka people. And they're still playing those instruments today in places like Mali and Guinea. Let's take a listen. So you see, Professor, the bala is an important instrument, and there are several others from many cultures everywhere. So now, Professor, if you'll excuse me. Oh, and Professor, be on the lookout for a rogue blue-bellied blacksnake. One was missing from the last delivery to the museum. I think I misplaced it.